Welcome back, everyone, to the High Tempo Sports Podcast, episode 177. Today, we are back. I know you guys missed us. We're finally back and back in action.
Yeah, we're ready to go. Finally back from spring break. Long spring break, tenuous. Feels weird. I'm not even back to real life, in all honesty.
Yeah, I wasn't until this morning. Then it had to hit me.
I'm still not. I went to bed last night. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up till 5 a.m.
It's crazy.
And then woke up, went to class, and then got home, slept from 12 to 5. I'm just so out of it. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back in the groove, but spring break is taking its toll on me, I think.
Well, hopefully the podcast will get you back into the groove. You know, you're here. We're back doing our regular thing. Back for regular show. I know you guys thinking, whoa, you guys are recording on a Monday. That's really weird. You guys don't do that. Well, we got to because, one, we've been gone. Mm-hmm. And two, today's like a huge day. It's the first full day of filling out brackets. NFL free agency is going crazy today, so we had to do a show today to get it out for you guys. So we're going to start off with this bracket. Obviously, this is the biggest thing, sweeping the nation, always, every year, filling out your bracket. Last year, we did a high-tempo bracket group, and it was really cool. There was it was over 50 people in it. Mm-hmm. We're trying to boost that this year. Yep. We're trying to double it. You know I had to double it. What is that? We're trying to get to the 100 mark of people in a bracket group. So go join it. It's just called High Tempo Bracket Group. I'm going to put it in all of our links of everything on everything. If you have me on Snapchat, it's on my story. It's going to be in our Instagram story.
Check the description of this podcast. If you're listening to YouTube or whatever you're listening to, check the description.
Yeah.
It'll be there.
And if not, if you can't find a link, just look up High Tempo Bracket Group. Pretty simple name.
Yeah, sure.
That's all it is. It's no password. We're just trying to get hella people in it. And it's not like a prize or anything. Your prize is like, hey, we get to say, you won. Nice. You know?
Smooth.
Exactly. So there's already 10, 15 people in it. We're trying to get it going crazy. And we started it early, so that's why I'm announcing it now, because you have a bunch of days to get into it. So do we want to start off filling out the bracket, or do we want to talk about the elephant in the room first?
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay. The Michigan Wolverines miss the March Madness tournament for the first time in Juwan Howard's tenure as the coach. They will be playing in the NIT tomorrow. Actually, they take on Toledo in the NIT. I think they're either 2 or 3 seed in the NIT. Hasn't been announced who's playing or not in the NIT. I would assume that some guys will not be playing. I would assume Jet Howard, but I don't know. With him being Jawan's son, I really don't know.
It's probably a weird look if he doesn't, but I don't think he should play.
If he wasn't Jawan's son, I don't think it would be a weird look. I think just
exactly.
because his dad's the coach, that's what makes it a little bit weird. But yeah, Michigan misses the tournament, ended the year rough, and they miss it.
Yeah, the thing about Michigan missing the tournament is I don't believe we were close, which makes me feel a little bit better, I guess. We ended the year we needed big wins, and we didn't get them. We didn't have a good year all around. We started finally playing some good basketball towards the end of the year.
Yeah, they had a good stretch there.
They did. Dougie really stepped it up at the end of the year, and so did Kobe. But, I mean, did we ever set ourselves up for an actual tournament bid? Absolutely not. We were pretty bad this whole year. But it does suck. I hope we actually do compete in the NIT, but there's a pretty good chance we lose to Toledo in the first round.
Yeah, I think Michigan's 2-point favorites. Toledo's a good basketball team.
Yeah, and
lost in their MAC championship game.
We've struggled against the worst team in the MAC. I mean, we lost them.
Yeah.
We struggled to multiple MAC schools this year.
Yeah.
We went to OT with
Ohio,
and then we won by 6 or something.
Was Eastern OT too?
Yeah, no, did we? Yeah.
OT, I think both of them were OT, and then lost to CMU. Yeah.
Put us in the MAC. We're competitors.
By the way, I'm gonna be checking my phone a lot because there's a lot of NFL free agency stuff going on. So anytime there's a tweet, I'm gonna be looking at it. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me with the Michigan thing, and I'm gonna try my best not to be a hater here. Because I feel like I try not to be.
I think you do a good job.
I have my moments though where I like I'm not gonna lie. When Michigan officially missed the tournament, I was like, that's like that put a smile on my face.
I bet.
But
you're an ass.
I just said I have my moments, but I think the biggest thing that's crazy about Michigan missing the tournament is they have a lottery pick on their team. They have a potential another first round pick, if not a guy that's going to be drafted in the first 2 rounds if he declares, in Kobe Buffkin. And you have a top 10 player in college basketball on your team. You have 2 first-round picks and a top 10 player in the country, and you miss the tournament? Like, that just doesn't really add up to me. Does that mean it's coaching? Does that mean the rest of the team sucks? I don't really know. I don't really have the answer, but that's like the biggest thing to me. It's just coming into this year, it was like, I thought Michigan was going to... They were really young, obviously.
I thought they were going to be great.
So did I.
I thought they were at least going to be solid. No, I totally agree. That's one of the worst things about this is we're going to sit here and we're going to have draft night and we're going to see Kobe and Jet go. Probably, more than likely. All depending on whether or not Kobe goes.
Yeah.
But, no, you're sadly, I put it on coaching and the surrounding pieces around those guys. Michigan seriously lacked shooting when Terrence Williams is your first guy off the bench. It started throughout a lot of the year before Cheddar did. I mean, we lacked the necessary shooting around Hunter Dickinson to make him as effective as possible. And I think that's coaching and recruiting. I do believe that. We've missed out on we've lost some guys who have left since Juwan have been here that would have helped. I think about Brandon Johns Jr.,
who will be playing in the tournament.
Would have been an incredible guy on this team. There's another guy sitting down in Florida who transferred a long time ago. Not going to remember his name all of a sudden. I just had it in my head.
In Florida?
Yeah, he's the big man, the 6.
Colin Castleton.
Colin Castleton.
Yeah.
He's another guy. He's a center, so
it's a little bit different. That was kind of a Dickinson thing.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. But I do believe it is coaching. I believe this year Juwan struggled more than he has in his first 2 years, and which is a bad sign because this is his first team.
Yeah, exactly.
In all reality. This is his first set of recruits. Yeah. All the Beeline guys are basically are now gone, and he struggled. Mm-hmm. So I'm really nervous about what the future looks like. I think Juwan Howard could be on a pretty short leash here in the next couple of years, especially with his antics that in the last few years.
And I think he definitely could be too because he's going to have NBA interest. I think Juwan Howard is not. I don't want to say he's not a college coach. I don't know if he's a Big Ten coach, but he's going to have NBA interest every single offseason of his career at Michigan. I mean, he already did last year, I'm pretty sure. I've already heard talks about Pistons, Juwan Howard. Oh my God, that would be like, it's just like somebody saying that. It's not actual like a rumor or anything, but
I love Juwan, but he's probably a better NBA coach.
Oh, he definitely is a better NBA coach. I definitely think he would be a much better NBA coach than a college coach. But, like, this is his first bad year. I mean, like, it's not like that Michigan has just sucked his whole time. Like, we have to look at, they have been good in the past. But like you said, this was his first, like, actual group of guys that was all his, basically, for the most part, I guess. Obviously, like, Dickinson was a big recruit. He's been a good recruiter, but, you had, like, the Isaiah Todd and Josh Christopher situation where it was like, they're going to get big recruits. Oh, no, they didn't. You had the Terrence Shannon situation this past year where he was a first-team All-Big Ten this year. They don't have the best recruiting class coming in this year. They're other than Jet Howard. I mean, the freshman class wasn't, and they got big minutes. Like this is a really young Michigan team this year. So, Joey Baker was a good grad transfer, but he wasn't really the volume shooter you wanted him to be. Though he didn't really get enough shots that you would want.
We lost Frankie Collins this offseason.
Lost Frankie Collins, which obviously, I mean, in Jalen Llewellyn injury, that's something that I think that obviously played a huge role for Michigan. If he doesn't get hurt, they're probably a much better team. But yeah, I think it comes down to the CMU game. I think if Michigan beats CMU like that, they're probably in the tournament if they don't lose that game, because that is such a terror. I mean, like they are a bottom 40 school in the nation. And, like, you can't lose that game.
Yeah, shout out CMU, though.
Shout out CMU, though.
Fire up Chips. But, no, you're totally right. And that's like kind of like a what even are we moment as a team.
Yeah.
What in the hell were the University of Michigan? And we just lost to these guys? And like you said, 2 first-round picks on the team and a top 10 player lost to those guys. Oh, I hope next year is better. I'm trying to move on from it. I'm going to watch the NIT just because, there's a chance. And there's a chance we're down to 1 game anyways. So
yeah, Michigan won. Didn't they win the NAT in 2015? When they didn't make the tournament. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so we might as well do it again, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like this is me saying this as a it's easy for me to say this, but like it's probably honestly cooler to watch the tournament without your team being in it because you can just enjoy. I love watching all the games, but when my team, I don't know if there's a more stressful time than watching your team play in the tournament. Like to me, it is so stressful to me because like you just want them to go, like you want them to keep going.
I'm gonna miss it, man.
No,
like,
I know. Yeah, I definitely get that, but like it's gonna be a stress free.
Yeah, for sure. March Madness.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a total just viewer. I've got no money. I've got nothing that I care to see in this tournament. I
Unless
just
like
craziness.
picking your winner of your bracket. Obviously.
Yeah, but even that, like, I just need good basketball. Give me good hoops.
A couple things. I'm pretty sure the Big Ten had 8 teams make the tournament. I'm trying to think. Rutgers was one of the biggest snubs of the tournament. Really surprising there. It kind of seemed like their win over Michigan in the Big Ten tournament locked them in. And they missed it completely. Didn't even make the play-in game, which is pretty wild. I'm pretty sure there's 8 teams. I'm just trying to think really quick. MSU, Purdue, Maryland, Northwestern, Penn State, Illinois, Iowa. Ooh, might be only 7.
I was not listening to that at all. I was so focused on.
I think it was only.
levels.
I think it might only been 7 then. Yeah, because I said 7. So the other teams that didn't make it were Rutgers, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota.
You said Northwestern.
Yeah, I did say Northwestern.
Is it their like first time ever making it?
Nebraska and who is there? Northwestern has made it, but this is the first time I've seen them make it in like quite some time.
Yeah.
I think there's a team I'm forgetting. I guess when we go over it, we'll see. I'm pretty sure they had 8 teams make the tournament, but whatever.
Shout out Big Matt Nicholson for Northwestern. Played against that guy in school.
That's cool.
So shout out
starting
that guy.
big for him. Yeah.
Yeah, starting center. Dude's a monster. Shout out him.
Quickly before we hop into filling out our bracket for the high tempo group, just want to put it out there. Tom Izzo, 25 straight years, making the tournament a new record by a head coach of a team. So
yeah, and then there's some stuff there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some stuff there. Definitely.
Like what?
Like the year you guys made it when you shouldn't have.
What year?
When you were 9-8 in Big Ten play, or 8-9 in Big Ten play.
Oh, right, the year where Michigan decided to just stop playing for a month straight and take 4 games off, 4 hardest games. I already saw that tweet about that, so
that was the only thing I
was ready for that.
That was the only thing I ever had to say.
Yeah, I mean that
it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't
I guarantee you check through Coach K's 20. If I look through Coach K's 24 years, I can find an asterisk season. Like I can find should they have made it that year?
And I'll be honest, there 100% is an MSU bias in the tournament.
Oh, they love MSU. Yeah, they love it.
All the analysts love MSU too, and that honestly sucks because they're always like, "Oh, sleeper team is MSU." Like I'm already seeing videos of like Andy Katz and like Jay Billis, like team to look out for is MSU to go to the Sweet 16 Elite 8. I'm like, dude, stop saying that, dude, because then everyone's gonna pick it, and then it's not gonna happen. Like, we want teams to think we're gonna lose, so we'll win.
And I guess I do agree with like an Elite 8 Sweet 16 though. Like,
I do too. But
when
like,
I look at the state team, it's like,
let's just keep it quiet. And MSU, we were on a roll, and then we lose to Ohio State without Bryce Sensabaugh, their best player. So we're not in a great situation right now. I love all the Tom Izzo, AJ Hogard talk on Twitter. I find it hilarious because that's just how they are. Like, that's literally just how they are. But everyone's there's an issue going on at MSU. AJ Hogard is blah, blah, blah. Like, they don't care about that at all. Someone asked Izzo about it today, and he literally was like, I don't give a shit about what you guys have to say about that. I wasn't mad at all at AJ.
Exactly. So hold on. You don't want the praise and attention that comes with being a Michigan State fan when it comes to the tournament?
I do, but I don't. The reason I say that, though, is because, like, when you have these big analysts always be like, this is the team you should pick. You have all the people who, like, don't watch college basketball until right now.
Yep.
Watching them, and they're like, oh, let me pick them. And then when the team that everyone always picks to go on a run never goes on a run, you know?
Facts.
So that's why. I mean, if we're like a 1 or 2 seed and they're saying that, that's different because, like, we should go on a run. But when we're right now as a 7 where we're supposed to lose in the second round, hypothetically, that's why I don't like it.
Gotcha. And that makes sense and then all of a sudden, all the people who just started watching basketball start talking shit. Like, it's like, oh, you guys should have made the Sweet. No, I mean, should we have?
Exactly.
We're the 7th seed.
Exactly, yeah. All right, are we ready to fill out this bracket?
Let's go game by game.
All right.
Whole bracket.
Quickly, before we start that, do you have one team that's like, this team is the team you gotta pick, like just off the top of your head,
like to win the championship,
like either to win the championship or just to like go on a Cinderella run, like maybe they're a lower seed, you make it to the Elite 8 or something, or a national championship? Actually, give me both.
Give me Creighton.
For a national championship or for a run?
For a deep run. I could see them upsetting some big time teams. For championship, I was filling out my bracket today, and I was
picking the winners hard.
It's because this year sucks.
Yeah.
There's nobody that I think should win the Natty. I'll give you that answer later.
Okay,
I'll give you that answer as we go.
I think my team that I think could go on a run is FAU. I'm messing with FAU.
I've seen a lot about them already. I see some shit about Furman.
Furman.
Yeah.
The Natty team, I want to say UConn, but it's only because I have a future bet for UConn to win the Natty that I made like 3 months ago. And so obviously I want them to.
I'll let you have that. I don't have UConn.
But that's just a biased pick though.
Yeah,
so like let me think of one that just because of the bet. Like by the way, the bets are gonna go crazy. There's so many bets you can make, dude, already.
Like what? Like are there
you can pick like the winner to win each region. You can pick like any team to make the Sweet 16. Like it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be terrible.
And there's probably gonna be more. But my team to win the Natty that I think like I don't even know either. Actually,
I literally have no idea. I don't have a favorite.
You know what I think could happen this year? Since this year was the most like unpredictable college basketball season, or at least like most parity, like there was not a dominant team all year. This could be the year where there's like no upsets, because like you would think like, oh, no team is that good. This is going to be crazy upsets, and there's going to be like a couple, and that's it.
Because they're all that little bit marginally better than the next guy.
But they probably won't.
When I was filling out my bracket, I actually was doing like I feel like I don't have enough upsets.
Yeah.
Like I was doing that shit.
And that's when it's like, that's the worst, because then you start picking crazy upsets.
Yeah. St. Mary's is another team I like, but they play, who do they play second round?
They play VCU first round, and then second round they'll play...
It's the number 1 seed, isn't it?
No, they would play the 4 seed in the next round, because they're 5. They would play UConn in that round if they were to advance.
Give me St. Mary's in that.
All right, so let's get it. Last year we did this as well. I remember actually vividly we picked UCLA to win it all last year, and they got bounced early.
We're not doing that again.
We got to fill out the perfect bracket.
Are they a 1 seed or a 2 seed?
They're a 2 seed.
2 seed?
2 seed, yep. So let's get into it right now. Starting off in the South region, Alabama versus AMCC/Southern Missouri, I think. I don't know either of those schools. Let's go with Alabama.
Let's go with Alabama.
Yeah, why not? All right, next. 8-seeded Maryland versus 9-seeded West Virginia. This one's a toughie.
I've got no problem taking West Virginia against Maryland.
Let's do it. Like this is like you can't think that hard when
you
filling out a bracket. You just got to go. And like the Big Ten schools,
like I'm kind of mad at the Big Ten. Like I'm kind of pissed off.
Like I wish they would have had 3 teams.
Yeah, me too.
Well, also Michigan wasn't one of them, so that probably
it does. Tougher. It does.
All right, next we have 5-seeded San Diego State taking on 12-seeded Charleston. Charleston's been a popular upset pick so far.
I do like San Diego State though. I don't dislike.
I say we go San Diego State. Yeah,
me too.
We got to pick the upsets that no one's thinking about.
We got to pick the ones that matter.
Next, we have 4-seeded Virginia taking on 13 Furman. We got to go Furman. I mean, Virginia is frauds, dude. They are the most fraudulent 4-seed I've ever seen. All right. Next, we have 6-seeded Creighton versus 11-seeded North Carolina State.
Go Creighton.
You said you like
Big
Creighton,
time
so
Creighton.
we will go with Creighton. Next, we have 3-seeded Baylor versus 14-seeded UCSB. Was this the school that beat Virginia as the 1 seed?
No, it's UMBC.
Oh, you're right. That is them.
It's
UMBC. USCB.
I don't know who that is.
I think they have a crazy mascot name.
University of Southern California, Berkeley.
That could be it. Well, no, it's UCSB.
Oh,
University of California.
Spring Break.
Stony Brook. Is that?
Oh,
that
could
them?
be it.
I don't know where Stony. I don't know if that's California though.
Me either.
All right, let's go with Baylor.
Let's go Baylor.
If I don't know the name of the school, I'm sorry, man. Next, we have 7-seed Missouri versus 10-seeded Utah State.
I have no preference here. If you have a preference,
let's go. I've been picking Utah State in this one,
we can go Utah State.
We'll go Utah State.
I like that.
And then lastly, we have 2-seeded Arizona versus 15-seeded Princeton. Winners of the Ivy League.
Ooh, they're smart guys.
Yeah, but we're picking Arizona.
They could run a crazy defense. I'm telling you.
But they won't. All right, Eastern region, we have the 1-seeded Purdue Boilermakers taking on either Texas Southern or FDU. Is that Farley Dartmouth? I'm pretty sure, something like that.
No idea, no clue.
Purdue is who we'll take.
Yeah, we'll take Purdue.
Next, we have, I think actually this is the toughest game to pick in the entire bracket. It's one of the toughest ones. All the 8-9s are, though. 8-seeded Memphis versus 9-seeded FAU. both of these teams I like, dude. Like I think they both could upset Purdue in the next round. So I don't know which one to take.
FAU had a good year. Like, they had a good year.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable taking FAU.
We can go FAU.
I think it's more fun.
And Memphis is hot right now, but got to go. Memphis knocked off Houston in the AAC championship game. Like,
I also don't really like Penny Hardaway, though, as a coach.
Right? But this is like their first year where they've actually had like a good team. And they didn't have all the top dog recruits, which is like why. But we'll still go FAU. This one is another tough one because the bracket really messed this one up. 5-seeded Duke versus 12-seeded Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts is a team everyone wants to pick. But Duke as a 5-seed is ridiculous. They should have been a 4-seed, maybe even a 3-seed. And Oral Roberts gets screwed over having to play Duke in the first round.
Is Oral Roberts the one that they got to transfer Doug?
Well, they had Max Abesmus. He was the guy that they beat Ohio State as a 15 seed a couple years ago.
So you remember St. Peter's?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, he went to like Bryant or something.
Oh, yes, with that score, where the score was.
Yep.
I don't have a preference.
This one's hard, dude. Like Oral Roberts is a good team.
Is this his first year in the tournament? Coach's first year tournament? Duke's coach?
Yeah. And Duke like ended the year pretty well. Like they definitely like were kind of mid all year, and then they had a good end. They won the AAC tournament.
You think they're going to be overhyped going into the tournament? You think they've got too much hype?
They could be too hyped up. Letdown? I think I'm on board with that.
I think they have a letdown.
Oral Roberts it is. Yeah. Next, 4-seeded Tennessee versus 13-seeded the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns.
They are in the tournament every year, I swear. How do they always make it? Because they never make noise.
I know.
They're the easiest first-round game ever.
Is this the year they make noise?
No.
Okay, Tennessee. It's that simple. All right, next. This one is also a really tough one. 6-seeded Kentucky versus the 11-seeded Providence. What's Providence mascot? I was just going to say it. I don't think I know it. I don't think I know it either. Sorry, Providence.
The Knights?
I think it might be the Knights. It's something like that. Who we picking?
I hate when the big schools like Duke, Kentucky are 5 and 6 seeds. It is terrible because you don't really know. Like they could just go on a crazy run right now.
Or could get upset round one.
Right away.
Yeah. It's tough. Providence is Providence, one of them teams, I think they're the best team at home in the nation the last, 2 or 3 years, but they are terrible on the road.
Well, and we probably can't have Duke and Kentucky lose first round.
Right, yeah, so I agree.
Let's go Kentucky.
Go Kentucky. Next, we have 3-seeded Kansas State versus 14-seeded Montana State. There will be a 3-14 upset, probably. I like Kansas State, though. I think Kansas State could go on a run.
I like their colors.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Next, we have the easiest pick ever, the 7-seeded Michigan State Spartans taking on the USC Trojans as the 10 seed.
Spartans.
So last year, we picked Davidson to beat MSU in round 1. I remember that just because, for fun, because I thought it was going to happen. But what do we do? In our little group that we have, I picked MSU to lose round 1. Just because. I don't know. I just did.
MSU's winning this game.
I think so, too.
MSU's beating
It's just
USC.
I always have MSU every year if I fill out a bracket going to at least the Sweet 16. At minimum. Most time I'm going to lead. I had in my first bracket I made, I had them winning the whole thing.
I think that's expected.
Oh, it is. But I wish I didn't do that, though. I wish I didn't have to do that. All right. Marquette versus Vermont. Do we feel the 2-15 upset here?
Marquette's. I don't know much about Marquette. I don't know much about either
Shaka Smart is at Marquette. They're a really good team all year.
Shaka Smart. That's a cool ass name.
Is their coach.
Oh, gotcha. That's a cool name. Let's go with Marquette.
Yeah.
Is that the 2-15 you think's going to happen?
No, I don't think any of them are going to happen, but I was just
testing the waters.
Yeah. All right, move over to the Midwest. We have 1-seed Houston versus 16-seed Northern Kentucky. We will take Houston. Another really tough 8-9 game. We have 8-seed Iowa versus 9-seed Auburn.
I want Auburn because of Wendell Green.
Yeah.
Give me Auburn.
We can rock with Auburn. This might be the highest scoring game ever. Dude. Iowa actually is. I'm only saying this because I watch a lot of Iowa, but they legit are actually the most you don't know what you're going to get from them team ever. They will score 100 points one night and then score 40 the next night. They're a weird team. We'll take Auburn. Next, we have 5-seeded Miami versus 12-seeded Drake.
I like Drake.
I think I like Drake too, dude. I like Drake. We'll go with Drake.
I know in that hotline
I need one dance. All right, 4-seeded Indiana versus 13-seed Kent State. Winners of the MAC. This is a tough one, dude.
Who are they playing?
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana.
Dude,
Sadly.
this is like one of them games where like the Big Ten just loses, dude. It really is, but we'll go Indiana.
Maybe the MAC was straight up better than the Big Ten this whole year.
MAC was pretty good.
Maybe we figure that out throughout this tournament.
Top teams in the MAC were pretty good this year, but the bottom half.
That might be what we discover. The Big Ten might have been worse.
Is better. This game decides it. Indiana Kent State decides it. All right, next we have 6-seeded Iowa State taking on either 11-seeded Mississippi State or Pittsburgh. We've seen the play-in teams have success over the past couple years, the 11-seed play-in teams. UCLA. Last year there was a team, too. I can't remember who it was, but they made like a Sweet 16 run, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This is tough because both of these teams were like not supposed to make the tournament. Mississippi State and Pitt both ended the year badly. Both were supposed to miss it, and both made it. But those are the teams that usually like go on runs, though. You know, like they got nothing to prove. Let's take them.
Yeah, let's take them. Let's take either one of them.
Exactly.
I hate picking those games because that's what we're doing.
Exactly.
We're taking one of them. I don't know which one.
I don't know which one's even going to win their game. Like, what if they both play terrible in the playing game? You know,
and then
like
we've got them going to the Sweet 16.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Next, we have 3-seeded Xavier taking on 14-seeded Kennesaw State.
What a name!
Is this the 3-14 we go with? Xavier's a good team. They definitely are a pretty damn good team.
Where is Kennesaw State?
I have no clue.
What do they do?
Hey, Siri. Where is Kennesaw State at? Let's see.
Here's what I found.
Why does
Siri so bad?
Oh, okay. It is in Cobb County, Georgia.
Oh,
gotcha. Hey, we were just near Georgia. You know where we weren't near? Xavier.
Give me Kennesaw.
Yep, Kennesaw State. That's our big upset.
Quick Siri rant. Siri never works on the first time. You always got to click through some shit or repeat yourself, or she doesn't. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. I can't understand. Shut up. Just do what I want you to do.
All right. Next, we have 7-seed Texas A&M versus 10-seed Penn State.
Texas A&M.
Listen, Penn State is hot.
Are they?
They made it to the Big Ten championship game.
They did.
They almost beat Purdue in the Big Ten championship game. I think I'm taking Texas A&M though. A&M was also in their championship game as well. And then lastly in the Midwest, we have 2-seeded Texas versus 15-seeded Colgate. I've been seeing this as the popular, like, if you're gonna take a 15 seed, take Colgate. I just don't think we can.
I'm smooth on all that.
We'll have a Texas battle in the next round. All right, lastly, in the West, we have 1-seeded Kansas versus 16-seeded Howard. Wait, is Howard the Ivy League? No, I think Princeton's Ivy League. I don't know where Howard is.
Me either.
We'll go Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas.
All the 8-9s are so tough. 8-seeded Arkansas versus 9-seeded Illinois. This is going to be a good game.
This could be a really good game.
Like, do we go against the Big Ten again? Like,
I feel like it's disrespectful, but
they're not beating Arkansas.
And the Big Ten's bad.
Yeah, exactly. And Illinois is bad too. Like
Arkansas.
All right, next we have 5-seeded St. Mary's versus 12-seeded VCU.
Did you say you like VCU?
No, I just said that they're playing VCU, but like,
gotcha, yeah.
And Brandon Johns Jr. is VCU. I think David DeJulius is also VCU. I think they both play for VCU. But I like St. Mary's. This is a tough one. What do we think?
David DeJulius, another guy we lost.
Yeah.
That's another guy we should have kept.
Right.
I want to go St. Mary's.
Yeah, I'm down. 4-seeded UConn taking on 13-seeded Iona. UConn, even though Rick Pitino going to try to get his revenge back in the tournament. 6-seeded TCU versus either 11-seeded Arizona State or 11-seeded Nevada. I don't think we take the play-in team here. I think we go TCU.
Okay. I'm comfortable with that.
Next, we have 3-seeded Gonzaga versus 14-seeded Grand Canyon.
I don't see them. Gonzaga hasn't been good this year. Grand Canyon's been Gonzaga hasn't been good. They've been good this year
compared to previous years.
I still think they're I don't think Grand Canyon can stop Drew Timme.
There's no way, right?
I just don't see the world where that
I don't think so either. Go Gonzaga. Next, we have 7-seeded Northwestern versus 10-seeded Boise State.
Give me Northwestern.
Yep, we'll rock with Northwestern here. And then lastly, 2-seeded UCLA versus 15-seeded UNC Asheville. This has actually been the one that I've seen as the popular 15-seed upset. I don't know about UNC Asheville, but apparently they're low-key kind of nice, but we're not doing it.
Okay.
UCLA. All right, over to the round of 32. Starting back up top. 1-seeded Alabama versus 9-seed West Virginia. I think Alabama. I think we go Alabama to move on. Next, 5-seed San Diego State versus 13-seed Furman.
Give me Furman.
Is Furman making the Sweet 16 run? I think so.
Yes, sir.
All right, 6-seeded Creighton versus 3-seeded Baylor. This is a tough game. This would be a good game. I'm down to rock with Creighton if you want to. Yeah, let's do Creighton. It. And then lastly, in the South, we have 10-seed Utah State versus 2-seed Arizona.
I'm good.
I think we go Arizona. Over to the East, 1 Purdue versus 9-seeded FAU.
If you want to call the shot,
man. I think even if I picked Memphis, I'm picking which one to beat Purdue. Purdue is the biggest fraudulent 1 seeds ever. Oh, I don't like Purdue.
I'm backing that.
I'm going FAU.
Yes, sir.
Thing is, everyone also thinks that same way, though, and Purdue's going to end up making the Final Four or something.
They could.
It probably will happen. Oral Roberts, 12-seed versus 4-seeded Tennessee. I mean, we didn't pick Oral Roberts to win in the first round just for them to lose in the second round.
I agree.
Like, what are we doing here?
You got to pick one of the toothbrush companies, Oral Roberts or Colgate.
This Sweet 16 matchup of FAU and Oral Roberts is crazy. All right, 6-seed Kentucky versus 3-seed Kansas State. This would be another fun game.
Dude, this one's terrible.
Oh, this one's tough.
We probably got to go with the higher seed.
So Kansas State?
Yeah,
I'm down. And then next, 7-seed Michigan State versus 2-seed Marquette. I don't want to influence our bracket with MSU winning every game. But
give me MSU.
MSU's beating Marquette. It's the Joey Hauser revenge game, dude. He's about to go off, have 35 points. MSU wins.
I've just seen some of the shit that AJ Hogard and I've been doing this all day today. Who's the off guard?
Tyson Walker.
Love? Tyson Walker. I've seen
what
that dude does in a big game and in big moments. I feel like he is such a tournament player. It's not even funny.
I think so too. Over to the Midwest. 1-seed Houston versus 9-seed Auburn. Can Auburn pull off the upset over Houston? Nope. 12-seeded Drake versus 4-seeded Indiana. Listen, I was almost on board to take Kent State over Indiana. I just don't see a Sweet 16 run out of these Hoosiers. I really don't.
Give me Drake.
Next,
I want this shit forever, mine.
We have quite the matchup here. Either Mississippi State or Pittsburgh taking on Kennesaw State. We can't take Kennesaw State to go to the Sweet.
No.
But can we take a team that we don't even know who it's going to be?
Yep. It was UCLA or Michigan State the one year.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we have Battle of Texas. Texas A&M versus Texas. This is tough. Texas has been a popular team that people are picking to go far, but I feel like they've been that the last 4 or so years, and they always lose early. Texas A&M's got Julius Marble. I'm rocking with Julius Marble. Let's go A&M. West, lastly, we have 1-seeded Kansas versus 8-seeded Arkansas. Ooh,
now this is a rivalry.
Listen, Kansas is a popular repeat pick. They are, I see it. But, have we picked a 1 seed to get upset yet in the round of 32? Okay, we did pick Purdue. Will 2 1 seeds be done out of the first weekend?
Who's the 2 seed in this region?
UCLA.
I think one of those 2 teams probably make the final.
Also,
four.
I will say we picked no upsets in this region in the West. We picked all top 8 seeds in this region. Not saying that we have to take Arkansas, but that's just something to think about.
I think we rock with Kansas. One more round. He slides.
Yep, I think so.
They slide.
Next, 5-seeded St. Mary's versus 4-seeded UConn. I've been taking UConn to go far, so I'm down to take St. Mary's here.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, 6-seeded TCU versus 3-seeded Gonzaga. I've been taking TCU to beat Gonzaga a lot in this game.
We can take it.
But I just don't know if I want to keep doing it. I don't think I've had Gonzaga going far in any bracket.
You think this is the year they win it all? when they're not
I don't
loaded.
think so, though, right?
It could be it would be the perfect story.
It'd be the under the radar year. Yeah, that's true.
We aren't as loaded as we usually are, but now watch us. Now we don't have a target on our back.
Let's at least take them in this game.
Yep.
Next we have, or lastly, Northwestern 7 seed versus 2 seeded UCLA. Can Northwestern make it another round? No. All right, on to the Sweet 16 in the South. We have 1 seeded Alabama versus 13 seeded Furman. I think this is where Furman's run comes to an end. Be risky to take him to the Elite Eight.
It'd be pretty wild. To a school I've never heard of.
Yeah. So we will take Alabama. Next, we have 6 seeded Creighton versus 2 seeded Arizona. Let's rock with Creighton, dude. Let's rock with Creighton. Might as well. Over to the East, we have the biggest battle of all time in the Sweet 16. 9 seeded FAU versus 12 seeded Oral Roberts.
I don't think there's any reason Florida Atlantic University loses this game.
I don't think so either. Give me FAU. And this is
Are
why,
they like the Dragons?
Okay.
Is that their thing?
Yeah, I think so. There's something like that. This is why I already see how this is going. Because
I can't see the whole bracket.
The next matchup is 3 seeded Kansas State versus 7 seeded Michigan State. Let's keep in mind the winner of this game would play FAU in the Elite Eight. Like, that's what I'm saying. I see how this is going right now. However, who we picking? 3 seed Kansas State versus 7 seed Michigan State.
This is hell. This is such a tough spot for me.
It is.
Because I need to do a little bit of both. I need to respect you and your beliefs and also make sure I'm not totally biased.
But also, it's like, I really do think that MSU got a favorable region. Like, there's a realistic world to the Elite Eight Final Four. There really is. Is it actually going to happen?
It's clear as day right here.
Like,
we've got it written out.
We're picking the perfect bracket. But Kansas State, Keontae Johnson is there. They've had a really good year. They were good in football, too. Like, Kansas State is back out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're a good school again.
What do we do here?
Give me the Spartans.
Yep.
They're going to be the deepest run out of the Big Ten. That's all I need to hear.
Midwest.
I sound like a fan over here. But I basically am. Like, Michigan's not playing. Yeah. I might as well. I mean, we split in the regular season. There's no bad blood. I might as well just root for them.
There is bad blood, but just not with you. There's no bad blood.
Yeah,
there is bad blood.
I'm not a bad blood guy.
I'm really not either. Like, I have some, obviously, but like
I really don't. I like the rivalry, but I'm not a hater.
Yeah, there is teams I hate a lot more in the Big Ten than Michigan. Like, a lot more. Now, however, I will say it was a lot easier to like Michigan when John Beilein was the head coach.
Yeah,
not when Juwan Howard was the head coach. But that's just a me thing.
I'm like the biggest Beilein fan in the whole world. I love Beilein.
All right, even though he ruined Cage's jump shot. All right, we have 1 seeded.
He did.
We have 1 seeded Houston taking on 12 seeded Drake. I don't know if Drake can do it. I really don't know.
Just hold on, we're going.
It's just the thing is, like, every bracket is going to have Houston and Kansas in the Elite Eight and Alabama, Like, we can't be every bracket. But I don't think we can take Drake.
No, I don't think it's Drake.
I don't think it's Drake. It's not Drake. But, like, one of Houston, Bama, and Kansas will lose in the Sweet 16. Mm-hmm. It will happen. So maybe we'll figure that out.
And Drake made a good run. Yeah, I mean, they made a great run.
They did. Like, shout out Drake.
Yeah.
Next, we have one of 11 seeded Mississippi State or Pittsburgh taking on 7 seeded Texas A&M. Do we keep rocking with the play-in team?
Or this would put them into the Elite Eight,
This would put them into the Elite Eight. Which that's like Sweet 16 is cool. Like you make the Sweet 16, it's like
that's a good year.
That's a good year. You made it to the second weekend. That's cool. But making the Elite Eight is no joke.
You're like you have a chance.
You are elite.
Yeah,
and there's 8 of you.
Let's go with A&M.
Yep, I think so too. Can't ride the question mark team for too long.
No.
All right, moving over to the West, we have 1 seeded Kansas taking on 5 seeded St. Mary's. Is this the game where we decide one of Kansas, Houston, and Bama misses the Elite Eight?
So if we keep going down, is this the last one?
Yes, this is the last one, and they would play the winner of Gonzaga UCLA. So I think that would make a fair matchup in the Elite Eight as well. I'm down to take St. Mary's over Kansas.
Let's go for it.
Let's do it. Then lastly, we have 3 seed Gonzaga versus 2 seed UCLA. If we take Gonzaga, we have a battle of the West Coast Conference. These two teams were rivals all year. They split, sweet. I'm pretty sure. It'd be pretty cool. UCLA is also on the West Coast. It'd be really... I mean, Gonzaga UCLA, they played in the Final Four a couple years ago. So Like this is a really good matchup.
I think I want to give the nod to UCLA this time. I think I want to give them.
Let's do it. All right, Elite 8. We are an elite company here.
These are the best of the best.
In the South, we have 1-seeded Alabama taking on 6-seeded Creighton.
Oh, and this is where like you're battle tested now.
Yeah,
you've made it through. You're the Elite 8. You've got a chance. But Bama, man,
this is tough.
Brandon Miller's a shooter.
They're a really deep team. Brandon Miller. By the way, Woj made a report today that like apparently Brandon Miller is now viewed as the second overall pick over Scoot Henderson across NBA GMs.
Really?
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm comfortable with Creighton's run ending here.
Okay, let's go Alabama. Over to the East, Elite 8, we have some sort of dragons out of it. Okay, I gotta look it up.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, what is FAU's mascot?
Chance for
Will
redemption.
it tell me right away?
Here's what I found.
Like, what is this? Mascot ideas. Which mascot is right for you?
No way, dude.
Hey Siri, look up Florida Atlantic University.
Please.
Will that show me?
Please.
Okay, it's closed. They're closed right now.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad they don't still.
This is just like
It's terrible.
this is ridiculous. Like, why does it take me to Yelp? Why am I on Yelp?
Dude.
What?
Is there anything worse?
All right, we have to find out now. Like, I want to know because it looks like some sort of hawk or dragon. I can't really figure. Okay, this is ridiculous. I just need to go to Google Chrome and look up FAU mascot. That is all we're gonna do here. They are the Owls. They are the Atlantic Owls.
Huh.
Not dragons.
Huh.
Wow, that owl looks pretty cool.
How many owls did we see in Florida?
I did not see a single owl.
Me either.
What? All right. Yes, we have the Owls of Florida Atlantic taking on Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans.
I mean,
there's no reason to have MSU lose to FAU. There's no reason. Like,
we've had them beat so many good teams.
There's no reason. We are taking MSU. This would be the biggest Mickey Mouse run to the elite or to the Final Four. I mean, not really. I guess you beat Marquette and Kansas State, but like getting FAU in the Elite 8 would be awesome.
Be a dream.
In the Midwest, we have 1-seeded Houston taking on 7-seeded Texas A&M.
Let's go Houston.
Yeah, let's go Houston. And then out west, 5-seeded St. Mary's versus 2-seeded UCLA. This one's a toughie.
This is the lower seed. Some lower seeds got to make the Final Four.
Yeah, that's true. And we have a 1. Yeah. We need a 5.
We need a 5
in there. Let's go St. Mary's. All right, we are in the Final Four. In the South versus East, we have 1-seeded Alabama taking on 7-seeded Michigan State. This is a rematch from earlier this year. Alabama edged out Michigan State. It was a good game. This is a tough one.
You get input on this. When it's Final Four,
yes, it's Final Four. I don't know if I could take them to go to the championship.
I don't think I can.
It'd be pretty wild.
I don't think they've shown me that.
So I think I will go Alabama here.
Me too.
We will take Alabama, but Tom Izzo will take his 9th Final Four appearance. We will be comfortable with that. I just want him to get another ring, man. Like,
it'd be pretty fire.
Because we would have got one in COVID year. Like, obviously we would.
Obviously, because March Madness is just so predictable.
Like it's very it was a so clear winner there. Yeah. So, lastly, Final Four, we have 1-seeded Houston versus 5-seeded St. Mary's. Can St. Mary's pull it off against Houston?
Hell yeah, they can.
Yeah. We don't want to be boring and take Bama versus Houston. Those are the 2 top seeds.
Hell no.
That is boring as hell. Alabama versus St. Mary's. Do we take St. Mary's to win the whole damn thing?
Give me St. Mary's. It's the first time. And what's the score?
The score, this is going to be high scoring. These are 2 high scoring teams. West Coast Conference is a high scoring conference. And obviously Alabama, they put up points. Let's go 99 to 98.
Whoa. I was thinking like 69 to 67.
All right, let's do that. 69 to 67. That is the high tempo bracket.
You guys just listen to it. That's how we do it.
Just listen to it. Like, you're probably sitting there, like, think about it 2 weeks from now when you're like, how is these guys bracket at the top with St. Mary's? Like, how did they do that? And it's like, oh, you want to know how we did it? Listen to it right here.
We sat here and bullshitted for 45 minutes.
Plus, quickly, I have to rig the group and change it so that I can put 2 brackets in, just so I can put that one in.
Hell yeah.
And then I can change it back right away.
And like, who's gonna tell us we can't? It's our bracket challenge.
Hey, we're up to 11 people in the bracket right now. Go join it right now. Like, what are we waiting for?
Yeah. Put your best bracket in, or put a meme bracket in. I enjoy the meme brackets, especially when they do well.
I've already made a lot of meme brackets. What is it called? High tempo. Just kidding. High tempo bracket group.
Come on, we know.
All right, that is in. So now I have to change it.
Is
back
Texas the biggest meme champion this year? Because all the shit they went through. Oh, it's Bama. Bama's got to be the biggest.
Probably Bama. It's Bama or Texas.
Yeah,
though.
it's one of those two.
It's definitely one of those two. It definitely could be MSU though too.
I don't think they're a meme team though.
Yeah, not meme, but at least they went through some
Yeah.
stuff. How do I change this back? Okay, there we go. I wonder if it's gonna like kick my bracket since I have 2 in and I changed it to 1.
It very well could. Hopefully it stays at 12.
Nope, it worked.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go. All right, cool. That's our bracket. Once again, high tempo bracket group. Very easy, but if you're too lazy to type it in, there's links everywhere. Just go look
everywhere.
Go
Just
look
click.
everywhere. But you're gonna have to type in high tempo podcast on every other thing to find it. So it's like just look up high tempo bracket group. All right, let's get into NFL free agency because how long are we into this?
45
I
minutes.
was gonna say that took a lot longer than I thought it was going
Me too, but it was fun.
So let's get into NFL free agency. Today was the opening day, obviously. By the time this comes out, there's probably going to be some other crazy stuff that happens, which is a little unfortunate, like Aaron Rodgers' situation.
Should I release this episode early? Should I just upload it tomorrow?
Yeah,
When
that's
March
what I
Madness
wanted you to
starts?
upload tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Just so we could get the bracket information out to everybody. So yeah, let's talk about quickly before the signings. Let's talk about the trade that happened this past, was it yesterday, I think? Jalen Ramsey traded to the Miami Dolphins only for a 3rd-round pick and tight end Hunter Long, who's a guy I've never heard of. Crazy move here. Jalen Ramsey was reportedly talked about by a lot of teams, wanted to go get him, the Lions being one of them.
Yep.
And the Dolphins are the team that gets him. They now have a crazy cornerback duo and along with their crazy wide receiver duo.
Yeah. For you Lions fans who were disappointed that Jalen Ramsey's not in a Lions uniform next season, I got to talk to our good buddy Chris the other day, and he said,
Insider.
He said the Lions had a bid in. I mean, they had their pick in, but they think it was more of a Jalen Ramsey decision to determine where he wanted to play. Think about the weather in Miami. It's beautiful weather. You're playing with studs like Tyreek Hill, who kind of is very similar to Jalen Ramsey in my eyes, of like the swagger. And then there's no state tax in Florida. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No state taxes. Are you kidding me? That seems like the best spot to be a
Except when we
professional
were down there,
athlete.
they got a lot of little hidden fees on like everything you buy down there, dude. You buy like a quesadilla at that store that was like $15, you're paying $20 for it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's before tip.
Yeah.
Like that is a crime right there.
Yeah, it is.
But no state tax.
No state tax.
I guess it's all right.
Hashtag go Michigan.
Yeah, I did read though that the Dolphins was Jalen Ramsey's preferred destination, and the Rams chose to honor that.
Gotcha.
Since he was a key part of their Super Bowl championship
Hype.
team and everything, which is cool of them to do that. But a 3rd-round pick is just surprising to me. I know he's older, not even that old, he's high paid, and he's gonna want to get high paid again. I understand that, but I really thought it'd be at least a second. Probably a 2nd and a 3rd. That's kind of what I thought the package was going to be. The NFL trade market is a really interesting thing because, you have that trade go down, and then you have the trade up to the 1st overall pick when they don't even know who they're going to take yet, and they traded a lot.
They traded the bag. I mean, they traded the future.
Yeah, so let's talk about that actually right now. The Chicago Bears traded the 1st overall pick to the Carolina Panthers for pick 9, pick 61, their 2024 1st-round pick, 2025 2nd-round pick, along with star young wide receiver DJ Moore. This is a haul for the Bears. The only problem with this is you did fall from 1 to 9. I assume that's not something they want to do because you still want to get one of these top defensive players in the draft, which you still will, unless you might go offensive line now. Who knows? But other than that, you get a lot of future picks which you can use, and you go get DJ Moore, who makes this receiving core solid. I think they're a pretty solid core. And the Panthers, you go get the 1st pick, you get an option to take your guy, which is cool, I guess. But the fact that like an hour after they traded for it was like the Panthers are open to trading down from the 1st pick. Like, what? Like, what? What are you like? CJ Stroud became the heavy favorite to be the 1st overall pick. Like, he was like -500 as soon as that trade happened. It was like they're going to take Stroud. Now there's this Anthony Richardson talk. CJ Stroud is now only minus 250 on FanDuel to be the first overall pick, with Anthony Richardson following him at plus 300. Bryce Young now in third in that. So, but also, like, what if another team trades for it and, like, Bryce Young gets picked first again? Like, this is a really weird situation going on.
It's so interesting that there can be so much disparity in the number one pick when it felt so obvious early in the year. I mean, early in the year, it was so clearly, I mean, for so long, not even early in the year, up until 4 weeks ago.
Up until a week ago, I
it
feel
was
like.
Bryce Young.
And randomly, it was like, Anthony Richardson might go first.
And it was
then,
like,
no, he won't. And then, like, as soon as this trade happens, it's like, they're not taking Bryce Young. Like,
why? I think it's such a good, and it sucks to say this, but what an awesome move for the Bears. There's a chance that next year, Carolina is the worst team in the NFL. And the pick, they get another first-round pick, and they can take a not QB. Or trade it down and do the same exact shit.
That Panthers team, I feel like, sucks.
Me too. I don't think throwing in Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, or CJ Stroud fixes shit there. And you lost your best wide receiver who's young.
And, like, I mean, I don't know if I guess I don't know if they suck, because, like, they had a good offensive line this year. Their defense is solid. Like, they have a pretty solid defense. But who's their weapons? You know, like, Terrace Marshall is their main guy. They have Shai Smith. Like, who's their running backs? I know that core was pretty solid after McCaffrey got traded.
But it's not like a...
But, like, you don't have a first... Like, you have your first overall pick, who's obviously going to be quarterback. You don't have a second-round pick now. Like... What they get from McCaffrey? They probably do have a second-round pick from the Niners. I would guess that they have the Niners' second-round pick.
Probably.
But still, like, I don't know what they're going to do. They probably are good on defense. I will say their defense is pretty solid, but the Panthers are in a weird spot, and the Bears, they are heavy hitting this free agency. They made that big move, and then today they make several signings. They go sign TJ Edwards, linebacker from the Eagles, and then they make the biggest splash of free agency, signing Tremaine Edmonds from the Bears, who we talked about with Christian, that he was the guy that the Lions fans wanted the most, linebacker from the Bills. However, they gave him the ultimate bag. They gave him I'm not seeing good feedback from this contract given to Tremaine Edmonds. 4 years, $72 million. It's the highest 4-year deal for an inside linebacker in NFL history. He's a good player, but that's quite the contract to give out. They also signed an offensive guard, Nate Davis. So they have spent the most money, at least spread across multiple players so far in this free agency. They're trying to compete, which I got to give it to them. I mean, this NFC North division is wide open next year with Aaron Rodgers leaving. So I don't blame the Bears for doing what they're doing, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
All this to lose to the Lions twice?
Yeah. All this to go 4-13. No, they'll probably be better next year, but I don't know about good.
Yeah, me either. Should we talk about the Lions free agency today?
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to get into next. So, Lions free agency started off with Isaiah Buggs getting brought back. 2 years, $6 million. He loved it. He made he posted a video of himself talking like, we back, we got a part of something special. Lions also re-signed veteran linebacker Alex Anzalone, 3-year, $18.75 million deal. Definitely a raise for Alex Anzalone, probably, a little more than what you'd want. But the Lions staff, like we talked about this in the Lions episode, like they clearly love Alex Anzalone. And if they love him, I'm not going to say I love him, but I'm cool with him being on the team.
All I can say is, boom, baby. Alex Anzalone is back.
Yep.
I mean, we just don't got to worry about, if we got to donate hair, we're fine. We're good.
Exactly. It's coming from him.
This is so hype. I was so indifferent about Alex Anzalone coming back. Once I saw
I wanted him to come back.
When it came up, I was like, hell yeah.
And then the big signing of the day for the Detroit Lions is signing veteran cornerback Cameron Sutton from the Pittsburgh Steelers to a 3-year, $33 million contract with $22.5 million guaranteed, $10.5 million signing bonus. So this is I think he has a dead cap of like $5 million in that third year. So it's practically like a 2-year, $24-ish million contract.
Gotcha.
But obviously he can be there for the third year. Cam Sutton, he's not the big-time name that Lions fans want. He's not the Jalen Ramsey. He's not Darius Slay, who has been talked about being traded for. Not C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Even Jamel Dean, who was a guy that the Lions wanted to get, he re-signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a larger contract than this, so that's somewhat good to see. But Cameron Sutton, he spent all 6 years of his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He plays nickel corner. He also plays outside, mainly on the outside. But he has a veteran presence into this cornerback group. We were a really young and bad group this past year. Cam Sutton is like 28 years old, I believe, so he's going to come in and lead this group. He was. I don't like using PFF rankings very much, but just to give some context, he was a 28th ranked cornerback last year in the NFL, where the Lions' highest corner was like Will Harris at like 70 or 60 or something. So clearly going to come in and be the leader of this group. And we're not done. I mean, obviously, I still think we're going to draft a corner in the first round with one of the two first. But this just adds a veteran, which is huge for us.
Yeah, it's super hype. It's just an upgrade. I mean, that is what we need. We need better corners, straight up, and we got him. I'm excited. Hopefully, we get another one, and then we rock with him and Okuda, and then whoever we get.
Exactly, and hopefully, linebacker is another thing. I'm gonna check my phone quick just to make sure no other Lions moves have happened. I don't believe they have. Nope. Someone just got a bag though. I don't really know who.
You see the bag Jesse Bates got?
Yeah, we can talk about that next. Jesse Bates, 4 years, $64 million to the Atlanta Falcons. I think it was the fourth highest safety contract in NFL history. Pretty wild for a guy that is on the back end of his career, I will say. I mean, he's a little bit older. He didn't have as good of a year last year.
Who signed him again?
The Falcons.
Falcons.
So the Falcons are, trying to make a move. I don't blame them. They're in another division that is wide open right now. But yeah, they add to their defense. Something we didn't get to talk about because we were on spring break, Derek Carr goes to the New Orleans Saints, 4-year, $150 million contract. Good. I mean, the Saints, they said they're going to try and bring back Jameis Winston too, which is kind of interesting. But
QB battle.
Derek Carr is in New Orleans. So, and then other big moves today. Jimmy G is going to the Raiders. That was like the one QB prediction I got right, actually, so far. That was like a different changing QB.
Yeah, I got one right.
Yeah, Jimmy G, 3 years, $72 million to the Las Vegas Raiders. My biggest question with this is, if Aaron Rodgers decides, you know what, I don't want to go to the Jets, what are they going to do? Because Mike White signed with the Dolphins today. Derek Carr's in New Orleans. Jimmy G's in Las Vegas. Even Sam Darnold, you're not bringing him back. What are they do? Is Zach Wilson just gotta start if he decides?
Man, I didn't even think about
because the Jets said that they have the package for Aaron Rodgers. The Jets and the Packers actually both they have agreed to the deal. It's just Aaron Rodgers is waiting to make his decision. To me, that's a weird thing. If a team is ready to get you and the team that's trading you is ready to send you there,
it's probably time,
if you're
buddy.
saying I don't really know, that makes me think you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So if another team swoops in, like the Titans or something, I'm just trying to think of any random team, or the Colts still, even the Colts.
Colts still need a QB.
If they swoop in and trade for Aaron Rodgers and he wants to go there more than New York, they are screwed.
And they've just, oh my God, it's the sleep thing that I've been dealing with. They've been digging themselves a hole at this point if that happens, because now they're in this QB hell that they have where they got to start a guy who they hate.
And you got guys you got Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Breece Hall advocating for Aaron Rodgers to come to New York. They're all over social media. Sauce Gardner burned the cheese head so Aaron Rodgers would come, and he was with those two dudes. They are really get Aaron Rodgers to New York. And if he does it, that's a clear sign of we don't want Zach Wilson as the QB, So that is going to be very awkward if that happens in New York. But I feel like he'll just end up getting traded.
Was
to the
burning
Jets.
the cheese head not weird to you? It feels equally disrespectful to
probably,
me.
yeah.
Why not just give it back to...
if he don't want to be on the Packers.
I guess, yeah. He hates the Packers.
I don't think...
that's just it. He does hate the Packers, though.
Right.
So burning it's
I could see... I could see if someone's taking it as a sign of disrespect, but they obviously didn't mean it that.
And I do get that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was is that the way I would do the symbolism?
Right.
I feel like the symbolism's a little off.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to do, though.
Yeah, I definitely probably could have done something a little bit different. So yeah, we'll see what happens there with the Aaron Rodgers situation. Like I said, I do think by the time this podcast comes out, we will know, because there was a time today where I can't remember, someone tweeted the deal's done. Aaron Rodgers getting traded.
I remember that.
And then Ian Rappaport was like, no, the deal is
done.
The deal is there, but it ain't done. Aaron Rodgers it's up to him. So it's a weird situation. Yeah. Then lastly, a couple other big moves. One of probably the biggest defensive move of the day, Javon Hargrave, inside interior lineman. of the Philadelphia Eagles goes to the San Francisco 49ers on a 4-year, $84 million deal. Just adding to this elite Niners defense.
The rich get richer, and they keep getting richer. This team is nasty.
Yeah.
They are going to be so good next year. This team is scary.
Yeah. They sacrificed their right tackle, Mike McGlinchey, who signed with Denver today, to sign Javon Hargrave, obviously for the money's sake. But Philly has lost, I think, about 5 or 6 defensive starters now so far in this free agency, which was expected because they were all free agents. And Darius Slay has been talked about being traded for. C.J. Gardner-Johnson still has not been signed. So this Eagles defense could look a lot different next year. That's for sure. That was pretty much all the big ones I wrote down. Like I said, Sam Darnold signed with the 49ers. So that's basically it for right now. I'm going to do a quick double check that nothing else important has happened. I will say, though, like having like the tweet notifications on for everything with NFL free agency, I feel like I know like a lot of guys in the NFL. There's a lot of guys I don't know in the NFL.
Oh, there's a lot of guys.
There's so many guys I just see like signing new contracts, and I'm like, man, I don't know who that is.
That was what I did okay, this might be exposing myself, but like Jesse Bates. I was like, Jesse Bates?
That's a little tough, yeah.
I was like 4th highest, but it was more of like I don't know this guy really. He's the 4th highest.
Yeah.
Like, is he even the best safety in the NFL kind of deal?
He was probably like 2 years ago, but
yeah. Out of me.
Okay, so I have a trivia I want to do for you. This one is not that bad. Like, it's not like a long one, I guess. There's only 2 answers to this.
Okay. So make it better
I think it might make it worse because you're gonna have more wrong answers probably. So a couple of weeks ago, I asked you to name all the teams that have 3 25-point per game or 20-point per game scores. That was a cool one. I liked that one. So I have something similar to that this time.
Okay.
There are 2 teams in the NBA this year that have 2 players that are averaging a double-double. Both 2 guys on the same team averaging a double-double.
Okay.
Can you tell me both of those teams without getting one wrong?
Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to talk through this a little bit.
Yep.
Instantly. There's a couple teams that come to mind. The Cavs are one of them. I think Darius Garland easily could be averaging a double-double right now. He's an assist machine. And then either one of the bigs could be doing it with rebounds. I assume it would be Jared Allen at that point. The other team that I know at least has one guy averaging a double-double is the Indiana Pacers. Problem is, I don't know if anybody else is averaging a double-double on that team. I mean, could be Miles Turner. He easily could. That's my first guess. Pacers is my first guess.
The Pacers is incorrect, unfortunately.
Man.
Actually, I went through every team to double check. Miles Turner, actually, he's averaging only 7 rebounds a game, actually, which...
No wonder teams don't want him. Okay, so let me think. The other team I was thinking of is... I haven't even thought about big men yet. Okay, so... Let's think about the Nuggets.
I will say there's many more guys that average double-double with rebounds than assists. That doesn't help you really at all, but that would be the route I would go, I guess.
I'm definitely thinking Jokic, the Nuggets could be one. I don't know who else would be averaging the double-double on that team. I mean, Aaron Gordon maybe, but I don't think he averages 10 points a game.
10 points. He does average 10 points a game, yes.
Another team I'm thinking of is we're going to go all the way to the West Coast. I'm thinking the Kings. But De'Aaron Fox doesn't average 10 assists.
He averages 6.
Yeah, he doesn't even average close.
Actually be getting more assists. I think Sabonis averages 7.5 assists.
Okay, I'm going to guess. What about the Hawks? The Hawks could do it. Somebody could be averaging 10 rebounds on that team. And I would think they would be.
Somebody.
Probably Capella. My first guess, I'm going to go with Cavs.
The Cavs is incorrect. There actually is not a player on the Cavs that is averaging a double-double. But, Mobley and Allen are both at, 9 rebounds. Garland's at, 8 or something assists.
And that's the issue. There's almost too much talent
they're right
on
the
the
range,
roster.
Yeah.
God. Now I feel like a fraud.
I will say a team you have mentioned is one of the teams.
Okay.
The other team is a team you have not mentioned.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
The Hawks is one of them, yes. Clint Capella averages 12 points and 11 rebounds. Trae Young averages 21 points and 10.1 assists.
Okay, so I just don't know where... Because I know that one guy is going to be doing it with rebounds, obviously. That is so obvious.
This is the other team is just like this one, a rebound guy and an assist guy.
A rebound guy and assist guy.
And there's very few guys in the NBA that average double-digit assists. I think there's only 3 guys, actually.
Yeah. So let's go with Let's go with the Dallas Mavericks.
It is not the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I thought I had out of nowhere was the Heat, but like that's not right. I don't even have to guess that. Okay, so double digit, and now it's has Brunson been balling that much that he's averaging 10 assists? No. Okay, because he's been balling.
Randall do be averaging like 12 boards.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I think Randall like averages more assists than Brunson though too. Like Brunson, I think he's only like a 6 assist guy. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so who's a guy averaging?
Like I'm pretty. Go ahead.
Is it the Bucks?
It is not the Bucks.
I guess I don't know who would be averaging the assists.
Well, I know what's crazy though. The Bucks almost had 2 with 2 double rebounds.
With
Bobby Portis averages 9.8 rebounds per game.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I should get this. Like,
yeah. Okay, I will say like I'm pretty sure because I was just looking at every team. So like I now that I'm trying to think, I think there's only 3 guys in the league that average double-digit assists, and you said Tyrese
2.
Halliburton and Trae Young is the other one. So
Jokic doesn't average double.
Oh no, he is. You're right. He is. So I'm pretty sure it's only these 4, and there's this other guy. This team's really good. This is a duo that's really good too. Like it's not like Trae and Capella where like one of them's really good and like one of them just barely averages a double. Like this might be the best duo in the NBA. Like it's a top whatever duo.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, that makes me low-key think of Bron, but Bron's not averaging 10 assists a game. That team sucks. Best duels in the NBA.
AD do be getting them boards though.
So like Memphis, no. I'm going through Warriors, no. Going through my top seeds right now. Bucks, no. Bulls. I did not mean Bulls. I meant Celtics. Celtics, no. 76ers.
It is
It's
the
76ers.
Philadelphia 76ers, yes.
It's the 76ers.
Embiid averaging 33.5 points with 10.0 rebounds just there. And James Harden averaging 22 points and about 11 assists per game.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I should have gotten.
Well, because I just thought of it right there before I even like looked it up. So I was kind of hoping there was more. And like when I saw the Bucks one, I was like, dude, should I just count Bobby Portis? But like, he's never gonna guess Bobby Portis and Giannis, you know. And there was a couple other ones that were really close. I can't remember all of them. Like the Suns were really close. Chris Paul's like 9.6 or 9.5 assists. They're really close. And Ayton obviously has a double. So yeah, those are the 2 right there. That was a tough one though.
No, that one was tough, but I definitely probably should have like tossed out the Sixers names earlier.
Yeah,
I just wasn't even thinking.
Yeah,
and I did think Embiid, but I didn't think. I was like, who's the other guy on the team? Like I totally slipped my mind that Harden.
So do we want to talk NBA at all, or do we just like probably wrap it up here? Like there's really not. I mean, we can just like talk about. This was mainly an NFL and college basketball episode. NBA playoffs are coming soon. There's like about 13 to 12-ish games left in the NBA season. Pistons are on tonight, so we'll go watch them. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Western Conference matchups just because like they're going to be so interesting. But I think it'd be cool to just give it another week before we talk about it, and where it's really getting to spice up a little bit. So
facts.
Also, I think on TikTok, if you're interested, I think I'm going to post my All NBA. I was going to like put that on here for us to do like our predictions, but I was like, hey, I'll just like make a TikTok about it. So
that's a good idea.
If you're interested, go look at our TikTok. I'm going to make my All NBA pick predictions on there. So, and while you're there, go like us and follow us and everything.
Hell yeah.
All right, that's it. Last reminder, go join the High Tempo Bracket group. You will get a nice, cool shout-out on here if you win it. But you won't because the bracket we filled out is going to win.
It's 1,000%.
St. Mary's all the way. All right, bye.
Peace.